National Hispanic Institute is an organization with a 37-year history of working to change the social narratives of our young Latinas and Latinos to help them envision a new America, a new Latino community, a new direction, and a different kind of culture. We want our young people to be inspired by who they are and see the asset value of our culture and these 800 million people in this vast amount of land that starts all the way in Canada and goes all the way to the tip of Argentina.
Our hope for an alum is that that they have the mindset of giving back to their community, that they want to help, they want to contribute. And B is that they realize this throughout their entire lives and make leadership part of their overall journey throughout their whole life.
The National Hispanic Institute has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. It has literally educated and re-educated an entire generation or two now of young Latinos and their allies around the country, around the world, to think about our community and think about our role in the community as being change agents and ultimately in advancing the cause and the needs of our community.
Personally, the National Hispanic Institute has helped me reach goals and do things that I didn't think I was going to be able to do before.
And so what we did was create these learning experiences where young people could learn to be in charge of things.
We just encourage people to go way beyond a career in life. We want to see them have a community calling.
NHI is a place where I come and I have to learn how do I pass on values.
And then the benefit of that self-belief that it's possible, things are possible for all of us, and that we can contribute to the success of others.
We look at the richness of our community, at its value, at its capacities, and we go from that point forward. We don't want our young people to look at themselves and their communities and look down. We want them to look up and be inspired.
Welcome back. We experienced some technical difficulties, but back again. I want to ask you guys, what do you think the importance is of the Great Debate, and what do you think people are going to take away from that program as people that just experienced it last summer?
So I experienced the Great Debate the last summer, my freshman year. This program I saw as something to give an experience as a freshman to, open doors and make them comfortable, to know how to talk to people, to make speeches. Not only that, but if you actually look at the program in total, you will see that all of these techniques and skills that they're teaching you will help you later on in life. So would be talking to people, learn how to communicate with them, and more. Not only that, but you make friends from different places like the tip of Texas, El Paso, and it's just very fun. It's a place where you want to go and you get to learn a lot. So I loved it.
All right, so what I personally took away from Great Debate is really my speaking skill. Now, going into Great Debate, as Irving previously stated, I don't know if the camera really got this, but there's 4 rounds within the Great Debate where we take place in speaking, right? And for my first round, I was awfully nervous. And throughout the day, I saw myself progressing as a speaker. And towards the end, I felt like I felt very comfortable speaking my mind on things that I felt were very important to other people and truly expressing what I thought. Now, going on with that, I work within our 4th NHI. I'm part of community development, which means we're part of the community involvement, and we're really trying to get the name of our NHI program out there within the community. Now, my speaking skill that I got from the Great Debate is something that's really helping me now that I have to go out to businesses, business owners, and managers to help become part of the community. This last weekend, I went to the Gran Plaza and walked around and solicited various companies to help us with donations for our program, and I had to speak to various business owners. And without the Great Debate, I honestly think I couldn't have done that without all the speaking skills I honestly got from that experience.
Yes, I agree with you. As a co-director of that, of community development, Great Debate was very helpful in terms of helping me going out and speaking more, being able to figure out ways to manage everything while including all of the other departments and categories. Because in community development, one of your biggest jobs is, one of the biggest things that we look for in a director, a member of community development, is someone that can help make things work together. You make sure that this department can work with this department on this thing. You can run a bunch of things. Like it's a management role, and it's an important role within our region.
Yeah, the Great Debate really capitalized on the management part of what we're doing right now. It honestly, well, I don't know about you guys, but like my time management and stuff like that got really and involving other people with what you're doing got a lot better with the Great Debate, right? Because towards the end we have the Athenium rounds, right? And we work with other people, and that's really what community development is. It's getting other people's ideas and working together towards one larger cause that'll help you succeed or fail. Now, without this experience, I don't think we could have done much within community development. Like all the money we've raised, I don't think we could have done that.
Honestly, like with that, like I agree. Like you're working together, and without the Great Debate, community development would be a lot different. Like the Great Debate definitely helped manage my timing skills, like being able to manage my time way better, so I can be way better organized in terms of what I'm doing, if I'm speaking, what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, so I can fill this time gap and take it long enough. And you're definitely right, like in terms of going out to businesses and speaking to them and doing all these things that you wouldn't think a teenager, like I'm 17 years old, like how are you?
Say I'm 16 and I was out here talking to managers and stuff. My bad.
Like it's like you wouldn't think a 16-year-old would like go out and do those kinds of things. You think they like stay home, watch TV or do whatever, but doing those things is like the last thing you think of. And that's the great thing about this program, the Great Debate,
and NHI as a whole, yeah.
And NHI as a whole is like that's the great things that we do here. Like we're turning young people into community leaders at a very young age, and they're progressing through so much. And I think that's the mission of NHI, is what we're doing right now, being a very active and being an asset to our community, making sure that we can help the community, because we know that as everyone, we're being helped by the community and supported by the community, so we should give back. That's definitely one of the things that I'm doing with NHI, is giving back to my community and being involved within the community. So,
yeah. Not only did the Great Debate just like teach you, how to talk to people, but another main thing was independence. There, it's not that you're alone or anything, but you have to go out of your way, to talk to people, or to, wanting to, do this by yourself. For example, I was an extemp kid, so my competition was me, it was my competition, me, and then the person that was gonna, evaluate us. So it was something that I had to like work on myself to be independent and not rely on somebody else to, back me up if I got something wrong or, during the competition. So that's another thing that the Great Debate taught me.
And one of the things is like, this is my third year here. I was one of the first kids to join the NHI chapter in Fort Worth. So I got the privilege of being an extemp kid myself and going through that process. But then later, being a coach and training her, I didn't get to train him because he came in last minute, but like he got the help that he needed to learn from the students that were there with him.
Yeah, even then, with my little training that I did have, I actually got pretty far within my competition. Not because of like raw skill, but like people there were, even Ruth there, my first day there, Ruth was helping me prepare for my very first competition, and I greatly appreciate that. Because it made a very close friend to me. With me and Ruth made us friends, right? So I feel like without NHI making them leaders to help me become a leader with them, I feel like without that I wouldn't be much.
So as we're on the discussion of the Great Debate, a lot of what you take away from it is that experience of the Great Debate and all of the things that, it's more than just a competition, more than the trophy that you can get at the Great Debates, those experiences
that you take with you.
So one of my, I always talk about this, one of my favorite experiences at the Great Debate was like right after the final round, they're giving awards, and we're about to go celebrate. We were all standing like in a group, and one would stand in front of the group and tell them something that they felt about that night, or how they felt about how the competition went, and how they thought about the team. And I remember I went up there, and I didn't know what to say, but I wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to appreciate all these other people, because it was to them that I got to the point to where I was, and it was thanks to them, like I've become a way better person, and I started bawling my eyes out. I admit it.
Yeah, that is a big part of the great debate.
I was crying, and everyone was crying at that circle.
Yeah,
and it's a great experience. Like it really hits you at the end of the program, like how much this is more than just a team. It is a family. Like you're gonna see these guys, and
Forever. You're gonna see them forever.
like no matter how much
too much
annoying they can be, they are your family, and you will stick together no matter what.
All right, so on the note of that, let's try and wrap this up. Seeing how the great debate really helped our leadership, like examples of how you guys have become stronger leaders within your communities, thanks to skills brought on by the great debate.
Definitely speaking skills, management skills.
Working with others, that's a big one too.
Yeah.
I hated working with others. I enjoy it now. You know, it's better to have other people like say what they think, and you know, it helps you with any idea that you have too.
Great debate is one of the great debate is a very important stepping stone for young leaders to go to. Like, you definitely need to go to the great debate if you're a part of an NHI chapter, no matter what city, what state you're in. Go to the great debate. You won't regret it. I guarantee you that.
Also, for any parents that are watching this live stream, it'd be very advantageous to put your young freshman student into the great debate. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.